Once again, take note of the usual COVID protocol to ensure that we comply with it. And that applies to whoever is coming in for this morning. I have 4 agenda this morning, which I'm going to deal with, and we'll have to go through this morning. But before going into that, I will have to deal with the press release, which is very important. That also guides us into the overall proceeding for this morning. This is press statement number 4 of 2022. The Commission of Inquiry into the Sale and Purchase of the Motukea Wharf wishes to advise the public that there is a slight change in the Commission's calendar. Due to the unavailability of the technical services required to live stream the Commission's hearings, all summons extended as listed below to return on Wednesday, the 16th of February, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. for mention have now been rescheduled to Wednesday, the 23rd of February, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. So please do take note of that. Summons number 5, BSP Financial Group Ltd. Summons number 7, Department of Treasury. Summons number 9, Department of Justice and Attorney General. Summons number 10, Department of Treasury. Summons number 11, Department of State Enterprises. Summons number 12, there's missing word here. I'm not sure, but we'll come back to that. Summons number 12. Summons number 13, we have Department of Finance. Summons number 15, we have Office of the Register of Titles, Department of Lands and Physical Planning. Summons number 16, Department of Lands and Physical Planning. Summons number 17, Department of National Planning and Monitoring. Summons number 18, Department of Prime Minister and National Executive Council. Summons number 19, Office of the Valuer General, Department of Lands and Physical Planning. Further public hearings have also been scheduled for Monday, 28 February 2022 at 9:30 a.m. Monday, 7 March 2022 at 9:30 a.m. If there are any changes, to the above or any further developments in terms of Commission's calendar, we will advise the general public accordingly by way of further press statements. We wish to advise the public and interested persons or parties to consult the Commission's website, which is www.Commission of Inquiry Motukea Wharf.com, to keep yourselves informed of the Commission's progress. Dated this 14th day of February 2022, authorized by the Commission. I will now call on the council to take us through for this morning.
Thank you, Commissioner, and good morning. For the record, my name is Kipper, initial M, and I am Council Assistant. Commissioner, just before I move on to the summonses, if I may just assist the Commission in relation to summons number 12. Commissioner, summons number 12 was issued to ANZ, or its full name, Australia and New Zealand Banking Group, PNG in brackets, Limited. So that's the name of the witness for summons 12.
Yes, thank you, Council. To confirm that, summon number 12, that's for Australia and New Zealand Banking Group, PNG Limited. Thank you.
Commissioner, before I move on to the summons also, maybe the Commission can give a direction, a formal direction, in relation to those summonses which have just been mentioned, so that a direction, formal direction, can also be printed later on and issued by the Council to the witnesses named in those respective summons.
Thank you, Council. I'm aware of the circumstances that have come as a result of the issues that has been addressed this morning. And in consultation and in verification of the issues that have been addressed, I'm fully aware of that, and it is also our responsibility to ensure that we go through with this morning. Therefore, the Commission, in that regard, directs that in view of the matters stated in the foregoing press statement that have been just read, those summonses are formally extended to Wednesday, the 23rd of February 2022 at 9:30 a.m. Dated this 14th day of February 2022, authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner, the summonses that are returnable this morning for mention are summons number 2, which was issued to Kumul Consolidated Holdings Limited, in particular to the Managing Director, Professor David Kawanamur, and also summons number 7, which was issued to the Secretary Mr. Andrew Oike, Department of Treasury. Commissioner, I propose to deal with the summons number 7 first. And Commissioner, the situation with summons number 7 is that we have had several meetings with Mr. Oike and his council, and as a result of those meetings, there is consensus and clarity as to the documentation that we require from them, and they have put together some of the documents and have actually shown them to us, which we consider to be relevant. But they will still need to some more time to compile and locate some more of the documents. So, in our meeting last Friday, we agreed to have the summons extended to Wednesday this week. That is Wednesday, 16th of Feb, 2022. However, in light of the Commission's press statement and directions, Commissioner, we seek to have the summons, that is summons number 7, extended to the 23rd of Feb 2022 at 9:30 a.m. For further mention. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Council. I've looked at that and therefore considered the circumstances that came as a result of this, and therefore the Commission directs that summons number 7, dated 6 January 2022, is further extended to Wednesday, 23rd February, at about 9:30 a.m. for mention. Dated this 14th day of February 2022, and authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner. Commissioner, in relation to summons number 2, we've just been informed prior to this morning's hearing that Professor Kavanamur and his counsel, for some reason, forgot that the summons was returnable this morning at 9:30 a.m. So Mr. Guerrero, the other co-counsel, the other counsel assistant, beg your pardon, is currently in liaison with Mr. Kambori, that is Professor Kavanamur's counsel, trying to ascertain whether Professor Kavanamur will actually appear this morning or not. We do not know of that position as yet. In those circumstances, I will propose that this summons be stood down to it's 10:15 now. So if this summons could be stood down to 11 o'clock, and then in the meantime, we can find out from Mr. Kambori whether his client will be attending or not, and then we'll come back and inform the Commission formally. So if the hearing could be stood down to 11 o'clock, Commissioner.
Thank you, Council. It is a reminder that, as I have established from the beginning, that we need to take heed of time factors. And although situation can come about, we have a duty to attend to. But at the same time, we need to do it right. And this commission cannot be seen as sitting here and not seeing things that are not unfolding through the process of the inquiry. Therefore, I stress strongly that there must be changes in the way we conduct ourselves. It is very important that at this juncture, I have considered the circumstances in relation to that, given the benefit of doubt, and in light of the expression by our counsel this morning, I have considered that, and therefore, I will ask my acting associate, to temporarily sit down for this hearing for this morning to 11 a.m. this morning. Thank you, Council.
All right. Mr. Renshaw is temporarily adjourned to 11 o'clock this morning. All right. Mr. Renshaw is now checking. Did it.
Yes, Council. Can you take us through?
Good morning, Mr. Commissioner. Your initial G, Council Assisting Commissioner. Summons number 2 was basically stood down on the basis that the witness, namely Professor David Kavanagh, the Managing Director of KCH, had, by oversight, forgotten that he was to attend this morning at 9:30 as per his summons that was extended. Now, I've corresponded with his legal officer, namely Mr. Erastus Kamburi, who has kindly confirmed that Professor Kavanagh is available at 1:30 p.m. this afternoon to attend, to deal with his summons. Now, we basically will be proposing that the summons for Professor Kavanagh, namely summons number 2, be formally extended from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. for mention. That is the position, Commissioner.
Thank you, Council. In light of the situation and in considering the circumstances, the Commission directs that summons number 2, dated 10 December 2021, is stood down to 1:30 p.m. this afternoon for mention. Dated this 14th day of February 2022, authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner. There's no other business before the Commission this morning. So if the Commission could be adjourned to 1:30 p.m. this afternoon.
Thank you, Council. If I may call upon the Acting Associate to adjourn the hearing to 1:30 p.m. this afternoon.
All right. The board is now adjourned to 1:30 this afternoon. All right, please. This Commissioner Member is now in session. Please be seated.
Good afternoon. We are coming back to deal with a matter that is returnable for this afternoon. And if I could ask our council to take us through this afternoon.
Commissioner again, Kamburi, initial E for Erastus, appearing with Professor Kavanagh.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, Commissioner. Yes, it's the matter of summons number 2 issued to KCH, or rather Kumu Consolidated Holdings Limited, Professor David Kavanagh. Commissioner, you'll recall the matter was stood down to this afternoon to enable Professor Kavanagh to attend with a view to producing documents into evidence, or rather tendering documents into evidence based on documents that were produced pursuant to summons number 2. We are at a stage, Commissioner, where we are proposing to call Professor Kavanagh to take the witness stand to be sworn in to give evidence with a view to producing those documents. So if I could ask Professor Kavanagh to take the witness stand and be sworn in.
Thank you, Counsel.
So help me God. I do, so help me God.
Thank you, Commissioner. Professor Kavanagh, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Counsel.
Thank you for making yourself available to attend this afternoon. As you've been sworn in to give evidence this afternoon, I would just like to make some introductory questions in relation to your name and obviously the position that you hold. So if you could just confirm for the record your full name, Professor.
My name is David Kornamur.
Yes, Professor. And what is your current employment?
I'm the acting managing director for Kumul Consolidated Holdings.
Yes. And is it correct that you have attended in response to summons number 2?
Correct, Counsel.
Yes. And is it correct that you have previously produced documents pursuant to summons number 2?
Yes, Counsel.
And you have done that in your capacity as the managing director of KCH?
Confirm.
Now, Professor, is it also true that we had a meeting just before your attendance this afternoon?
Confirm.
Yes. And in that meeting, we showed you the 4 bundle of folders that you had previously produced to the Commission.
Confirm.
Also shown to you was a list of exhibits relating to those documents, which we propose to tender through you. Is that correct?
Confirm.
And you went through that list of proposed exhibits?
I confirmed 94 pieces of information arrayed as required by Chairman.
Yes. So in that list, there were 94 documents that you went through.
Confirm.
And you confirmed that the list that was compiled was a list consistent with the documents produced by you.
Confirm.
Now, Professor, I will now show you the 4 folders. So if you just confirm that is the same folders that you had produced and also had a look at this afternoon, and also a list of those proposed exhibits proposed that list each of those exhibits, and they're numbered KCH 1 to KCH 94. Associate, if you could just show that to the witness.
I'll confirm 94 pieces of documents from 4 folders.
Yes.
As submitted to the Commission following summons 2.
Yes. And is it correct that now you wish to formally tender all those documents to the Commission for purposes of this inquiry?
Confirmed, Chairman, I wish to submit the 4 documentation as required by the Commission.
Yes. Commissioner, in those circumstances, we ask that the bundle of the 4 folders of documents that have been produced to the Commission and identified in a list of exhibits be formally tendered into evidence as produced by the witness, Professor Kavanagh.
Thank you, Professor Kavanagh. Thank you, Counsel. having considered the circumstances of the production of the document, which came to our notice, and I'm fully aware of the fact that you have complied with all of this arrangement. And yes, Council, in response to that, I admit each of the documents tendered by Professor David Kabanamur into evidence and mark each of them as exhibits. That is KCH 1 to KCH 94, inclusive respectively. Thank you, Council.
Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Professor Kavanamore. In those circumstances, Commissioner, we would submit or propose that the summons for Professor Kavanamore number 2 be extended to the 7th of March, 2022 at 9:30 a.m. for mention.
Thank you, Council. In relation to that, what I have just mentioned, and of the same view, the Commission directs that summons number 2 dated 10 December 2021 is further extended to Monday 7 March 2022 at about 9:30 a.m. for mention. Dated this 14th day of February 2022, authorized by the Commission. Thank you, Council.
Commissioner, if Professor Kavanamore and his counsel could be excused.
Thank you, Professor Kabanamur, for taking time to come. You have complied to our requirement as the Commission requires. So as Mr. Kamuri, you can now be excused from the witness stand.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Commissioner, there being no further matters for this afternoon, we propose that the hearing of this inquiry be adjourned to the 23rd of February, 2022 at 9:30 a.m., consistent with the press statement that you had released earlier and also the related directions.
Thank you, Council. Yeah, in relation to the directions and the press statement that have been issued earlier on, I'm comfortable with that. And in light of the situation, we hope to come back during the date that has been set for us to progress through with this inquiry. For that reason, I ask the acting associate to adjourn the hearing for this afternoon.